Hey everybody, the camera, I need to charge the phone so the camera's turned around. I don't know, maybe I should turn it around. Let me see. Oh, I'm trying to get this whole camera thing together. But anyway, I just finished the We Are the Medicine presentation that I did. Well, the presentation that I did for We Are the Medicine, which is an online summit. It's been a 10-day retreat. Today was day 7, and there's still 2 more days. So if you want to register, if you want to hear my presentation, please do. I talked about purpose in this presentation. I have spent so much time trying to figure out what my purpose is, and so I spent a lot of time, a lot of study, a lot of time and energy, and I think I have some wisdom to share about purpose. So check it out. Go to We Are the Medicine. And I think that, the link is pinned on my Instagram page. So go to the Instagram page because it's pinned there and become a part of the summit. And if you are a part of the summit, I've put together a special gift for those who participated in the summit, so you'll be able to take advantage of that. However, my name is Sanaa Green, if you don't know me, and I help women to connect with their brightest self and to live, breathe, and have their being in the center of their power. The name of my company is In the Center of Her Power, and I help women to step away from their conscious mind through belly dance, nature, or quantum healing hypnosis so that they can embody the divine feminine. And today I'd like to talk about how you can connect to your ancestors through past life regression. How to connect with your ancestors through past life regression. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. Whew, I take some water. I know many of you have heard about ancestors, and you may have also heard about different spiritual practices that can connect you to your ancestors. When I first learned about connecting to ancestors, I learned it through, well, I guess I told this story before, but it was my mother told me once when I was afraid because I saw a spirit, some kind of entity, in my room. I was like, what is this? And she said, oh, don't worry about it. That's just Aunt Bert. Now, mind you, Aunt Bert had just died. She just died in a car accident. And so I'm like 6, and she says, oh, don't worry about it. That's just Aunt Bert. And somehow that comforted me. That calmed me down. So I guess that was the first time that I started to make the connection that our ancestors are not so far away even when they've passed on. And so that was in the back of my mind. And then when I studied it formally, it was in the Black Hat Sect Tantric Buddhist Feng Shui professional training program in China and in other parts of Asia. There is a strong tradition of acknowledging the ancestors and having the ancestors actually be buried on the ground, having them placed on the land where you can connect to your ancestors. And this is something that you can do too. You don't have to be Asian or have a particular spiritual practice in order to create a space on your property, in your house, in your backyard that's connected to your ancestors. You could plant a tree. I know with a lot of funeral homes, cemeteries rather, they give you the option of planting a tree. And when you think about nature, you think about a tree, you think about how nature works. And, I'm a nature lover. If you don't, I'm a nature lover. I love Mama Earth. I feel very much connected to her. And I am nurtured by her. Often, sometimes I'll go outside and something happens and let me know that Mama Earth is like sending me some love, and It may not be happening in some people's minds, but it's happening in my mind. But I'm being facetious because the earth actually is sending us love. It's really just a matter of us being able to connect, to accept it. The earth is sending us love all the time, and we can connect with it. It's a really foreign concept for many people in the West, especially, and maybe in other parts of the world too, because in the West, in the U.S., the relationship to the earth is one of rape. Take as much as you possibly can from the earth without considering the ramifications of it. Fish as much as you possibly can so you can sell it and make as much money as you can until you get to the place where there are no more shrimp because there was over shrimping or overfishing. And so I'm going to kind of get off track, but the earth is a loving spirit, and everything on the earth decomposes and then composes into something else. So if you were to put a part of your ancestor into the earth, if you were to plant a tree in honor of your ancestor and infuse it with the energy and the love of that person that you loved, then the earth will feel that, and the plant will feel that, and that plant will grow, and it will be a space where you can come to connect to your ancestor. If you would like to have a past life regression, you can also connect to your ancestors. Now, you may not be able to actually connect with me and have a quantum healing hypnosis technique session because you may be in another part of the country or another part of the world. However, you could think about your ancestor right before you go off to sleep at night, and then maybe in your dreams or once you wake up in the morning, you'll be able to get information from them. Often, when I want a bacon and egg sandwich with jelly on it, I know that that's my brother who passed on, because he always loved that bacon and egg sandwich. So anytime I want a bacon and egg sandwich, even if I don't actually eat it, I realize my brother is reaching out and making an attempt to connect, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it. So once you reach out to your ancestor in the evening, if you want a bacon and egg sandwich in the morning, then you know that your ancestor heard you. Another way is, like I mentioned, is through quantum healing hypnosis. I've had sessions where people were in hypnosis and their deceased ancestor actually came forward. The deceased ancestor may actually have been your child in another life. Like your mother could have been your child in another life. And so when you go through quantum healing hypnosis, you have the opportunity to go to the life where you were with that person who passed on, and you can learn something about the history of your relationship. And you could also ask questions of that spirit while in hypnosis. So hypnosis is a wonderful way to connect to your ancestors. I had one client who came through and she was grieving. She was so upset because both of her parents passed fairly close to each other. And she was so upset because her father, while he was in the hospital, told her that he was not going to be passing away. And yet he did shortly after he said that. And she was so distraught. She was like, why would he tell me that? And so he actually came to her, and I had her ask him, why did he say that he was not going to pass away? And he responded to her. And he said he just didn't want her to be sad. He knew that his time was up, and he just didn't want her to be sad. And that made such a difference to her. When they came and they created this scene, I don't remember the specifics of it, they created this scene and she was loved and supported, and it was just a wonderful thing. So hypnosis is a wonderful way to connect to your ancestors. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Sanaa Green, and you can find me at Sanaa, SANAAGREEN.com. I am actually going to be offering a special group hypnosis. This is the first time I'm offering it, so you get a chance to get in on it. And it's called Are You a Starseed? So I'm going to do a group hypnosis so that you can find out if you're a starseed. If you're interested, go to my website, SanaaGreen.com, and register. And I encourage you to shine. Live your life to the fullest, because that's what I'm working on. Shoot, I'm working on living to the fullest, because I have spent too many years being upset, being sad, moping around. No more. No, Lord, no more. So I'm encouraging you to shine.